Christopher interwebkaiju here. I don't even know what this is. Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus. Includes 5 bonus movies, and one of those bonus movies is what we're going to be talking about today. It's Monster. Let's see, it's that one with the tentacles. This is a movie by the Asylum. The studio is now mostly known for their Sharknado series, but before that they were notorious for their low-budget mockbusters that would be released alongside major theatrical releases. Monster is the one that coincides with Cloverield, and it follows 2 girls on their trip to Japan. Originally planned for a documentary on global warming, it's no surprise that their plans change when the titular monster appears. Sometimes the background sounds like cars and helicopters drown out the characters when they are talking, which may seem like a con, but I feel like it adds to the realism of the found footage aspect. Additionally, there are sound bites for when the camera person's finger slides over the camera mic. Unlike Cloverfield, the found footage in Monster isn't presented as one untouched file. There are several tapes, and some of them are missing or unreadable, which allows the story to skip forward, for better or worse. There are title cards every now and then, sometimes to show time or locations, which is fine, but other times it's to give story cues, which are not only unnecessary, but sometimes sort of cringeworthy. There's only really 2 characters that are featured for more than a few minutes, and sadly, they're pretty bland. They're not unlikable, but they're nothing special. They lack any real personality, they're not fun, and they have no real friendly chemistry between them. The latter further hurts the film's slow pacing. Pacing that is also hurt by the fact that, honestly, you really don't care about the well-being of the protagonists. It takes longer than Cloverfield for us to get glimpses of the monster, and they're not nearly as interesting as they're just giant tentacles. And those scenes are extremely scarce. There's no reveal, by the way. No payout at all for all the padding that you've just sat through. The cover for the DVD is more revealing and interesting than anything in the actual movie. There's a lot more talking to the camera and a lot less stuff happening than in Cloverfield. There's also no smaller creatures to pad out the absence of the giant one. There's also no time limit to add a sense of urgency. Basically, most of the aspects of the film make it more and more of a chore to watch. There's basically no story progression after the initial shift from girls filming a documentary to monster attack. It never gets more intense, it never gets fun, it never even gets mildly interesting. This scene is awful. Why would the girl holding the camera just run in a circle, only filming the other 2? And I get crazy shakiness of the camera when the characters are running or if there's an explosion or something, but sometimes the camera is super wavy for no reason at all. The CG smoke is awful. Monster was released to DVD 3 days before Cloverfield hit theaters, and the similarities in the beginning are kind of crazy. The initial disturbance is recorded as a shaky zoom in to an explosion. There's a character saying that they saw something. There's a tunnel scene. Afterwards, it becomes its own thing. The main difference between the films in terms of the plot is that Monster takes place in Japan instead of New York. This should give the movie some extra chaos due to the protagonist not knowing what everyone around them is saying, but it really doesn't. So that was Monster. That's not Monster, but the footage we just saw was from Monster. Definitely cannot recommend it. Watched it in the morning, like right after I woke up, so I was super well rested, but it's just such a chore to watch. I still almost fell asleep multiple times. Sorry that there's no like musical track underneath the commentary, but there's no music in the movie at all, not even during the credits. So if you thought me talking about the movie with no music was awful, try sitting through credits with no music or talking. If you have any movies you would like me to review or TV shows, leave a comment below, and thanks for watching.
many YouTube videos.